How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Professor here, and today I'm talking about my favorite book. This is my favorite book, Prosto Plus by Pierce Anthony. Pierce Anthony is most famous for the Xanth novels, Xanth. So this video is going to be a book review and an anecdote, and go ahead and stick around to the end. I got something really cool planned. At least something will be really fun and really cool for me. I hope you guys will enjoy that surprise at the end too. Special treat. So let's get into it. Pierce Anthony's Prosto Plus. I think I read the first 1 to 3 Xanth novels before I found this one. I found Prosto Plus in the library at my middle school years ago, over 20 years ago. Yeah, over 20 years ago. And just going around, I think I might have seen Pierce Anthony and recognized it. Read the description at the back, as you do. But I really liked the cover. It's very intriguing. You got a guy in a white coat and an alien dude with a ladder. And so, let's go ahead and zip through the back here. What's keeping you from your grand tour of the universe? Are you afraid of being caught out in the vastness of space with a painful cavity and no one capable of fixing it? Well, fear not. The galaxy is simply teeming with dentists. For Dr. Dillingham, dentist of Earth, it was the shock of his life. Captured by aliens, forced to fix a strange cavity in an even stranger mouth, then whisked off deep space. But luckily for the good dentist, Dr. Dillingham discovered that he liked zooming about the galaxy, solving unprecedented problems, and making new and decidedly different acquaintances. And when he was offered the chance to apply to the Galactic University of Dentistry as Earth's first and only applicant, Dillingham had a choice to make. Go back to a safe little world of bored housewives and miles of braces, or make a mark for mankind among the teeth of the stars. It was really no choice at all. Oh, so one thing I love, I love this size of book. I love a book that I can just put in my back pocket, and this fits that pocket. Paperback or hardcover, if it can go in the back pocket, it adds that much more to how much I like a book. So, as it says, Dr. Dillingham ends up going into space and fixing teeth across the galaxy. It starts off with he's going about his day. He's kind of sick of being a dentist. And then he goes, and unexpectedly, there's this strange being in the dentist chair. He's expecting one of his human clients. And he thinks it's like someone pulling a prank with a very sophisticated mask. And then they open the mouth, and he's like, oh, that's real mouth. It's just fantastic how Pierce Anthony describes everything, goes into detail. He doesn't shy away from any dentistry terminology. He uses dental caries, which is just another word for a cavity. He says that multiple times. He talks about occlusion, which is how the teeth meet, and it's just a prosthodontist going about space, talking like a dentist, thinking like a dentist. It's talking about probably beginner level detail of how to fill a cavity, how to think about it, how to plan it, and everything. But I love this book. And so I got it in middle school, found it in the middle school library. I read it, cool. And then I just kind of thought about it every now and then throughout time. I was at my favorite job, and I could read books on the job in kind of a roundabout way. But I thought about Prosto Plus, and so I found it, and I reread it. And this was like, we'll say it was like 2017 or something like that. I found it, I reread it. I was like, oh yeah, that was a really good book. I really, really did enjoy it. And then I kind of couldn't stop thinking about it for a while. Just even more frequently. I was thinking about it, think about it, think about. And then in about 2020, I might take a look and see if I can get exactly what year it was. But I asked my mother for this for my birthday because I found it online on like thriftbooks.com, and my brother helped her order it and everything because moms. But I got it for my birth. I got it sometime in 2020 to 2022, and I reread it for the third time, and then I read it again for the fourth time, and I just kept raving about it. And then I was like, wait, is this my favorite book? Which caught me by surprise because since I was young, I always counted Harry Potter series as my favorite book. And of those, it was like Order of the Phoenix, or no, sorry. Number 3, Prisoner of Azkaban was my favorite Harry Potter book. And so for years, that was my favorite book. And then when I realized that this was my favorite book, because I just kept talking about it and recommending it to people, and I let my mother-in-law I let my mother-in-law borrow it. Sent it back, mailed it to my little brother. And then he read it and mailed it back to me, and he's the one who helped order it for helped my mom order it. Um, and so I realized that this is my favorite book, and that was eye opening because I just kept thinking about this book. I kept rereading it. I kept referring it to people, talking it up to people, and I was like, "Wait a second, this is my favorite book." That was a fun realization. So, in between my second read, well, really between my first, but I had some issues with dentists. I have bad teeth. They're all messed up. I got cross bites. I don't think I have underbite or overbite, but I have cavities. I've had abscesses. I'm currently down 6 teeth from what I should have. Part of that is because for a while I did not trust dentists because I had very negative experiences, and I would see dentists at farmers markets, and they have regular candy at the booth. It wasn't sugar-free candy; it was just regular candy at the booth, and I'm just like, really, really. And I have heard, I have not done research into this yet, about some dental work causes you to need dental work later. And so I'm just like super sketched out, I didn't trust dentists for years, except Dr. Dillingham. He was the only dentist I trusted for years. Like, we'll call it 8 years maybe. I have since found 2 dentists that I trust. I moved away from one of them, so now I go one that's down the block. But I'm getting my dental work taken care of. Hopefully, the character Dr. Dillingham would be more proud of me. I don't do as much upkeep as I should, but I am getting the actual dental care that I need. And so hopefully Dr. Dillingham and his dental assistant, Miss Galland, silly me. But Dr. Dillingham and his assistant, Miss Galland, I think they would be proud that I have improved my dental care. Going back to my anecdote. After I got my copy, and I've read it 3 or 4 or 5 times, whatever, I decided that I wanted to translate this to Portuguese, and I've started that, and I'm going to do, and I would really like to get that version published, so I was trying to find out who had the publishing rights. I was trying to find out a few different things, and then I found out that Pierce Anthony is still alive, and that blew me away, because I just didn't realize that he was still alive, and he's still writing books. I just hadn't thought of that. I was just, this book came out a long time ago, and I had just figured he had passed away, but I found out he was still alive. In the process of trying to find out who had the publishing rights to ask them about different versions and translations and stuff, I found out that Pierce Anthony was still alive. So it took forever to figure out how I could contact him, but I did end up finding his email. I sent him an email, and he replied. I asked if I could send him this book and if he would sign it for me. And he doesn't like doing that because he doesn't want books to get lost in the mail or damaged or anything. And so he said he would send me some book plates, which is just a sticker that you stick in the front. Usually they say from the library of, and then you write your name. But he uses that as a method to turn a regular copy into a signed copy. So I had told Pierce Anthony that this is my favorite book, that I loved it, and it's a brief summary of my story history with it. And he told me that, Dr. Dillingham is part of his name. It's Pierce Anthony Dillingham. And so when he was writing the book, he's like, why not put my name as the main character? And he said that some of the dental problems in here are things that he experienced. And so that's really cool. I didn't ask for clarification on which dental issues were from his experience. But that just makes it so much cooler to me that it's his name. Pierce Anthony is his namesake, and Dr. Dillingham takes care of some of the issues that Pierce Anthony has had. That's just so cool. But Pierce Anthony is a very, very kind man. We've traded a few different emails, but a lot of time was saying, thank you for your patience. I apologize it's taking so long, or I misplaced this information or anything like that. I'm a very patient man, so none of it was a bother to me at all. And the other day, I got the book plates and a very nice letter. So this is the book plate, and I'm going to be putting this in here at the end of this video. I'm going to have to go downstairs, but I'm going to put this into here at the end of this video. I just want to do it at my desk. And because it took so long for him to find his book plates, he sent me 2 because he had to order new ones. And for my patience and since I had to wait so long, he said he would send me 2. And he did. But this is the letter. It's just a brief one. All right. My apology for the delay, and here are 2 signed book plates to make up for it. I regret that my signature has become largely illegible. I'm 90, pushing 91, and doing simple things is getting more difficult. Oh, note that though the last 4 letters of my first name have faded away, the dot over the I remains, ensconced in the loop of the P. That's so handwriting analysts will go crazy figuring it out. So I have my little moments. I am now writing Xanth number 52, set in the magic land of cauliflower, which resembles California the way Xanth does Florida. Weird coincidence? No. My best to you, there in the land of Mount Anna. There may be magic there too. Such a sweet letter. He's such a wonderful, sweet, nice man. I'm so glad to have been able to communicate with Pierce Anthony. Other than authors that I know personally, he is the second author that I have had communication with. If you want, let me know in the comments. I'll do a very brief video on my experience with the other author. This is an amazing book. Pierce Anthony is an amazing person with an amazing mind who's written many amazing books. And this one just happens to be my favorite. I was so glad I was able to get into communication with him and get his autograph so I can put it in my book. So one thing I also thought about recently is reaching out to my middle school to see if they still had this copy. Uh, so if you think I should do that, go ahead and leave it in the comments, and maybe I'll get around to contacting them and see if I can buy that copy off of them. And since I have duplicate plates, I could turn them both into signed copies, and that'd be pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and go to my desk so we can turn this copy into a signed copy. All right, now to do this without bumping the tripod and getting the sticker too stuck. Okay, so this is going to go right here. Okay, so we got a little bit. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.